What if I told you that the toughest thing in Warframe isn't a boss? It's actually the number 9,999, or there are instances that it's the number 10,001. That's the enemy level cap in the game, and most players never see it. And that's fine. Past a few hundred, enemies hit like trucks and your usual builds fall apart. So why do people, including myself in the past, sit in Steel Path for hours to reach it? Is it skill, cheese, or just a dare? Today, I want to share what level cap really is, why some players hate it, why others chase it, how I use it for solo relic farming, and the weird penalty I ran into after multi-day runs that leads me to call quits and stop playing level cap in Warframe. So let's start simple. Level cap is hitting enemy level 9,999 in an endless mission. There's no special badge at the end. No trophy pops up, as it's just you, your build, and your patience. Some folks do it for bragging rights. Some do it because they're done with everything else and want a real challenge. And lately, with faster scaling modes like Disruption or Void Cascade, hitting cap can take much less time than it used to. I really felt that shift too. And the climb isn't a 12-hour nuclear marathon anymore if you pick the right mode and setup. Why did I start doing it? Honestly, I wanted to know where my favorite builds break. I don't mean simulacrum testing at level 190. I mean the point where armor strip timings, shield gating cadence, and energy sustain start to crumble under pressure. Level cap runs are a clean stress test. When something fails at 2,000, I learn. When it fails at 6,000, I learn. Then I tweak arcanes, swap a mod, or change a rotation. That feedback loop is addicting. It's not for everyone, but if you like theory crafting, it's the best classroom in the game. Build channels and friends say the same, and level cap runs are where we confirm if a build actually holds, not just on paper. It's great if you have time, but it's also punishing, wherein most players doing level cap missions are susceptible to burnout in Warframe. It's fun within a couple of runs, doing it from the start, but once you get the hang of how things work, honestly, you know what levels your build is capable of. By the way, if you're enjoying watching this, please do me a favor and hit like and subscribe. It tells me to make more of these deep dive, experience-based videos, and it helps more Tenno find the channel. Okay, so here's the part most people don't expect. I don't only use level cap runs to test builds, I also use them for solo relic farming. If you set matchmaking to solo, you can pause the game. That means you can run an endless fissure, open relics rotation after rotation, and when you need a break, you just pause. You can step away, sleep, go to work, come back, unpause, and keep going. Some solo players stretch a single run across days by pausing, pushing a few hours here and there. I've done it myself, and it's weirdly relaxing. Why do this for relics? Because endless fissures let you open a fresh relic at each interval, and they even kick in a free, pre-refined bonus relic every 5th rotation on top of your normal reward in Steel Path levels. If you've never tried it, that system makes long, uninterrupted sessions stack a surprising amount of prime part rolls in one mission. It's not the only way to farm, but for me, it fits that zone out and grind mood. I don't know if you were there, but there are actually content creators in the past who recorded days of doing level cap missions. And mind you, the Steel Path level cap you are experiencing right now is hilariously soft compared to the outrageous EHP and damage scaling of level cap enemies back then. There was no shield gating that will save you, and it was all about camping in one spot, moving like a ninja and doing everything to survive, or playing Wukong for infinite invulnerability. Now, is it all sunshine? No. Level cap comes with trade-offs. The first is time. Even with faster modes, it still takes stamina and focus. I've had runs where a single mistimed roll or a bad Eximus spawn ended hours of progress. That's part of the appeal, but also the pain. The second is that the higher you go, the more the game nudges you into specific survivability loops and damage plans. Some players hate that. They say it promotes cheese over normal play. I get it. That's why I treat cap as a side activity, not a standard for judging every frame or weapon. Here's the weirdest part of my experience. If you push long enough in one mission, especially during boosted events with Smita procs, drop chance buffs, and resource boosters, you can trip the automated fraud checks and get a temporary trade lock. It's not a gameplay ban. It's a block on trading for roughly a week or two while the system reviews your account. I've eaten that lock after marathon endurance sessions. I know other endurance runners who've had the same thing, 7 to 14 days of no trading after long runs. It doesn't make sense to me. You'd think long missions are a positive in a looter shooter, but that's what I ran into when I was heavy into solo level cap. Back in my days, I usually pick an endless fisher mode I like. Usually survival in the void is the best, since there are tons of good camping spots. I slot a relic each interval and keep the flow steady. Protect life support, keep reactant flowing, and don't rush extract just because I hit one rare drop. Every 5th rotation gives that bonus relic on top, so longer sessions feel better over time. When life calls, I pause. I've stretched a single fisher run across multiple days like this. Play 2 hours, pause, come back the next night. The pause in solo makes it doable. I wouldn't leave the game unpaused for hours. I just use the solo pause whenever real life needs me. A heads up, though, solo fishers can feel slower on reactant in certain mission types. If you're new to this, you might notice getting to 10 reactant takes longer when you're alone. That's normal, and it's been a thing for years, especially in some non-endless tiles. I deal with that by picking nodes with steady spawns and by avoiding tiles that look cool but thin out enemies. So, why do I keep doing level cap? 3 reasons. First, the challenge scratches an itch when everything else feels easy. Second, it's a great lab for my builds. I learn more from a failed 5,000 run than 10 perfect 5-minute missions. Third, the solo relic grind is cozy. I put on music, crack relics, and pause when I need to. That's a nice loop after a long day. Do I think everyone should do it? No. It's niche. If you only have an hour to play, cap runs aren't it. But if you want a long-form project or you want to see your builds under real pressure, it's worth trying at least once. And with modern scaling, it doesn't have to be a 10-hour ordeal. Pick the right mode, keep your plan tight, and it's far more realistic than it used to be. And here's an important bit of context from the devs themselves. In Dev Shorts 56, the post-DevStream 188 recap, Rebecca Ford made it clear they don't design Warframe around level cap gameplay. She's hit level cap herself, but it's not a balance target or a studio priority. She even posed the question of whether it should be, and left it as an open debate because building the game around level cap might not be healthy for the broader player base. I get that. For me, that comment helped reframe level cap as a community challenge, not a standard everyone needs to meet. Also, let me be blunt about rewards. Level cap has no real rewards beyond bragging rights. Endless rotation loot doesn't scale to match your time. The stuff you get from a 5-minute or 30-minute run, then restarting, often ends up very close in value to hours of pushing deeper. In fact, if you're after prime parts, it's usually faster to crack relics in capture or exterminate fishers, chain quick completions, and requeue. You'll see more prime part rolls per hour, which means more parts to sell for platinum or to use yourself. So that's where I landed with level cap. And honestly, these are the reasons I quit it. There's no real value right now. Rewards don't scale, quick capture, exterminate fishers, beat it for prime parts and platinum. There's the risk of a random trade lock after marathon sessions, and even the devs said level cap isn't a design target or priority at the moment. If that ever changes, I'll revisit it. But for now, I'd rather spend my time on builds that help you clear content faster, new updates, and fun farms that respect your time.